Hello?
Ghosts. There it is. Hello, and
Hi.
welcome back to this thing that we continue to do.
It's become the most consistent thing on the channel, hasn't it?
It kind of has. It doesn't get the highest view counts, but I don't care because I enjoy doing this. Because
Hmm.
I mean, since you moved to Nevada, we don't get to talk as much like face to face anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't care. Fuck what they say. But we
People
got
people in the comments at least say, yeah, keep making videos like this and stuff.
the
So
people who actually watch these all the way through do enjoy these. So good on you to however many of you there are. I don't think they're that many,
it's
but
like
I
200,
appreciate you.
something like that.
Though speaking of that, I know most of the people who subscribe to the channel are really only here for JoJo's, and I've said this many a times. I get it, and I appreciate you coming out here and watching it, even if we're doing something that's not JoJo's related. But I respect for you. If you're really only here for JoJo stuff, go to this time because we will be talking about JoJo's in this episode. But there's a couple things we got to go through first that you may or may not care about. Oh, uh, are they gone?
I think they
Okay,
got.
okay. All right. First of all, this is very important. I have vowed that this channel is not a political platform. I stand by this. However, I do not think it is political in the slightest to say Black Lives Matter.
Black
Also,
Lives
have
Matter.
pride.
Black Lives
I
Matter. Yeah.
exactly. That is not a political statement at all. It's just true. I mean, I, it's something that shouldn't even have to be said, but it needs to be said, which is definitely the sad part.
Don't worry. The most political thing we says is legalizing marijuana in the
That's
descriptions of all.
true. We have, I think,
You
every single one
claim
of the
that
live
this is
videos.
political, yet there that description is there for all to
Yep.
see.
We do support the legalization of marijuana, which is the most political we'll get. We're not going to talk about anything that's going on because this is a situation that has happened over and over and over and over again. And every time we get a little bit of progress, and then that's it. And then it goes away for a while. And then it comes back because, we don't try to
We get
fix the system. But that's getting political. Like I said, we're going to avoid that. But again, restating it, Black Lives Matter, and happy Pride to all my LGBTQIA people out there, to my brothers and sisters and cousins, because that's gender neutral. Uh, Happy Pride. I know we turned it into Wrath Month because of the protests, and I 100% support that because, I mean, that's how Pride started. Let's be real. Uh, but that's something that need to be said. So
Hey,
that's how you start a video right there. Second of all, before we get on to JoJo's, the thing that has definitely been stressing me out for the past month or so. Uh,
the
so,
Hydra lock.
yes. So I mentioned this on the description for the video where it was just a single shot of me talking about how 2K is releasing all these remasters specifically for the Switch this year. And I did break down and buy Bioshock Infinite for the Switch, by the way.
You absolute sellout.
It's 100%. It's my favorite game of all time. Like, I'm sorry, I wanted it. I wanted to take it on the go. Um, but in the description, I did say that I had something else planned for that, and that was a project that we have been calling Hydrolock. So I'm gonna assume most of you are familiar with what a Pokemon Nuzlocke is. Well, we started one. We recorded about 5 hours of material, and quite frankly, it's really good. Like
Yeah,
I,
it's quality conversation. It's
it's
probably a really good podcast. Couple
yeah,
episodes.
it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's a lot like this, but instead of you just staring at my face or our faces and me putting up a caption occasionally, it's got Pokemon in the background. So what's not to love? Unfortunately, Premiere seems to fucking hate it, and I can't get it to work right.
Mm.
So put the full 5-hour thing in, it chugs like a motherfucker. Like, it will not keep on the right frame, and I can't see what I'm doing, so I can't properly edit it. And I do need to edit it because I have a nice little overlay made by my friend Jake Stanton. Go watch him at Games Dean. He streams most of the time. He's just got back into it this week. He made a nice background for me, which includes a slots to put the party. And so obviously, you know, I got to put in the party, and I would have a nice little space at the bottom to put in graphics and cutaway jokes and such. So obviously, you know, more was going to go into it, but if I can't see what the fuck I'm doing, there's nothing I can do. So what I tried to do is export just the first part of it, just the first, like, 2 or 3 episodes. Maybe I'll try to do something smaller than that, because we literally go for an hour before we say, and that's the end of the episode. So obviously that's too long.
It's because a Pokemon intro is so long.
That's true, because
Or
not a lot happens, and we kind of lost track of time anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna cut it down. But when I exported that first hour, first off, it took 45 hours to export.
Yeah, he does not have a good streaming video.
No, I don't have a setup. I don't have a good setup for this. I am using a fucking MacBook from 2015. Like, I need a new computer. It's not even funny. I exported it. After 45 hours, it came out, and it looks like hot trash. Like, it runs. It
But
works.
it's
You can
jittery
see what's
and
happening.
glitchy.
It's jittery as fuck. Look, I will show you an example right now.
We don't have Pokeballs yet.
Yeah, so we do not get this example.
So this does not count. This route does not die because we're gonna kill the 6 again. Because I mean, we kind of want to get to like level 6 or 7 before we actually fight Brandon. You got him, darling.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Quality.
So if you want to watch that for 5 hours, I'm gonna try a couple other things, and I'm going to. I'm not giving up on this yet. We have a great run. We have so many just amazing characters already. Our trainer is just
Don't spoil. No spoilers. Don't.
is wonderful. It's wonderful. And I've been putting a lot of thought into this run, so I don't want all that work to go to waste, because I've been grinding off screen. Because it's Pokemon Emerald we're doing. We did not mention that.
Yeah. Good.
It's if you're doing a Nuzlocke and Emerald, you got to put a little bit of effort in the beginning, because the level jump between gyms 1 and 2 is a little spooky. So, well, that's that. I'm not giving it up on it yet, just for this week. It was supposed to go up today, much like it was supposed to go up 3 weeks ago, and obviously we're doing this instead. In correlation with the Black Lives Matter, I forgot to mention, today, since it's Friday the 19th when we upload this, will be Juneteenth. So happy Juneteenth to the entire country. And if you don't know what that is, first of all, blame your history teachers, and second of all, go look it up. But if you really want me to explain, it's the day that Texas released its slaves. It's the last state to free all enslaved peoples. So, important holiday. Don't know why we haven't been celebrating it for so long. Oh, gee, I wonder why we haven't been celebrating it for so long. I wonder. But it's a very important day, and it's something to be a little proud of as a nation. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Not a lot to be proud of these days, but that's okay. We're on par with everyone else, that means. And that's when we take a shot at Jack.
Way to make it depressing.
Cheers.
You didn't tell me to bring alcohol, so I can't cheers.
You're right. I didn't. Sorry.
Man.
But yeah. So basically, I'm going to work like crazy to get this thing to work in a reasonable time frame. Until then, next week will be the last episode of Diamond is Not Kush.
Oh.
Last episode. It's gonna be an extra long episode. I think it's gonna be like 18 minutes, 7 minutes, 17 minutes. I don't have the exact estimate. But it's gonna be longer than the previous ones. But it's a good one. It's just it's funny. It was good. John, you were there.
I mean, I was there, but I was also like high off my ass, so like I can't remember anything.
A reasonable stance to take on this. But yes, so that will be the last of the getting high watching JoJo's videos until part 5 ends. Which should be by like August, I think.
We will see.
Oh, that's so expect perhaps some funny weed pun with Golden Wind by like September or something. I don't know.
Woo!
I'm just making guesstimates here. Because part 5 is still going. So to all the people who are just watching here for JoJo stuff, welcome back. How you doing?
Oh well.
Did you go get a snack? Did you go get some water?
Go get alcohol because John has alcohol and didn't tell us about it.
I forgot to tell you all to bring alcohol. Sorry. But stay hydrated if you're going to drink alcohol. They can pause the video and get alcohol. That's their prerogative.
I can't.
You go run and get alcohol.
Yeah.
But yeah, part 5. It's still happening.
Yeah, it's still going on.
So when we last talked about the part 5 dub, we had you had just met the boss.
Yeah, just met the good old Diavolo.
Yeah, you met the Diavolo, and since then, you learned his backstory.
Yeah, the creepy motherfucker like just doesn't like people knowing about him.
Yep, and you learned all the backstory that you need to know, like how he buried his mother under a church.
Yeah, and how he was sold the arrows from Inyaba.
Yeah.
Why did she do that if she was serving Dio at the time?
Actually, I think it was the other way around. I think Inyaba bought the arrows off of him. I don't know how he got them though. Is weird.
Yeah. No, well, the better question then would be, if Inyaba knew about the existence of Diavolo, why didn't she tell Dio, and why did he not try and stop the dude for potentially being more powerful than him?
You think if she knew about Diavolo and King Crimson is
objectively more powerful than the world.
Yeah, actually, I kind of agree with that. Epitaph does give edge because he can see Dio's moves before he even makes them. Though the time stop ability is definitely a little bit harder to deal with than King Crimson's time skipping ability.
Here's a question: does King Crimson like display any sort of like need to recharge the time skipping? Because I'm pretty sure Dio had to, otherwise, like, he seemingly couldn't do it one after the other.
Yeah, it seemed like the world had a bit of a cooldown because he would stop time for X amount of time and then he wouldn't for like another few minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if King Crimson has that same drawback, but Diavolo kind of relies on using Epitaph's ability before skipping time. Like, So he kind of has to wait for Epitaph to give him a new prediction. So I think that's sort of the cooldown that he gets. It's a little bit different. Well, I mean, he certainly relies on it in the later fights, not so much as first one because, well, I mean, Araki hadn't written Epitaph yet,
Yeah.
so like he couldn't have. But yeah, so right after King Crimson is introduced, we have that wonderful bit with Squalo and Tizano just being gay. That's their character.
I mean, it's kind of unfortunate then that that episode came out in May.
Yeah, I know, right?
It missed the proper month for it.
You could have pushed that back a little bit, but whatever, it's fine. Because their fight is just, I mean, it's good, but it's not that good.
The hug is better than the fight. That weird ass hug he gives them is better than the fight.
Oh yeah. But you do get the Bola Vola, and I mean, that's fun.
Let's see.
You
What
do
else?
get Narancia running around with a tongue on a knife.
Yeah, I mean that's not the weirdest thing.
No, but like, I've always wanted to be a fly on the wall in the JoJo's universe and see things as a normal human. Just seeing this weird shit happening and not understanding why.
Just go to Florida. Florida's basically a place where
You
JoJo shit is always happening and you're always a non-stand user.
You make a good point, sir. God damn, that is an excellent. This is astute.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been avoiding going
He
to
would
Florida
take
for a while.
Klingon sword and swings it in a Fort Lauderdale intersection. Like, that is definitely a stand battle that was happening. And
That's
we just
big stand energy right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ah.
So yeah. I do actually think that Clash is not like in the highest tier of Part 5 stands, but it's one of my favorites. Like sort of bottom rung of my favorites. I like Sharks, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people do.
That's true.
You gotta imagine, though, that I feel like Notorious B.I.G. and Clash are like specifically made for people who have hydrophobia. Just because
Yeah,
they
definitely.
shove Notorious Chase into the water, and he basically just becomes a sea monster.
He's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. They didn't kill him. He's basically Anubis, except he can move.
It's I love that solution for Notorious Big. It's creative and it's just so well done. They can't kill it, so they're just like, dump him in the ocean. That'll do.
That's fine.
Fuck everyone else, you know what I mean? Who cares? They can die. They can be eaten by a sea monster.
They basically took the USSR stance on its nuclear arsenal after the Cold War. Just dump it in the ocean. It's not our problem.
Dump it and run. Dump it and parachute away.
Yeah, it's no problem.
This is finally the time that I get to say this because I've been wanting to say this for like literally a year now. When Notorious Big gets introduced, he has those writing on the plain walls, and it's supposed to say that its stand name is Notorious Big, but obviously the stand's name gets changed when it's in English. So whoever did the subbing for, because I was watching it on Crunchyroll, they actually changed it to saying Notorious Chase, and I looked this up in the Japanese. It does say Big.
Wow, that's actually a good attention to detail.
They actually went in with the digital paint and changed it up, and I give props to that. That's a lot of effort for something that's probably not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's not like 4Kids who changed up a bunch of scenes and whatever to get rid of all tension and death.
Can I say?
What up?
The first 130 episodes of One Piece are now on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw.
Which goes up to the point where the One Piece where the 4 Kids dub ended.
Oh yeah,
Like, the 4 Kids dub an option.
oh, that actually makes me happy because the 4 Kids dub, the intro to the 4 Kids dub is unironically like my favorite intro for an anime.
Hysterical.
It's
Yeah, buy the gum.
I genuinely think it's hilarious how the 4 Kids dub ended with the whole crew basically dying because
Yeah.
yeah. But anyways, back to JoJo.
Anyway, JoJo's. So speaking of Notorious Big, with Notorious Big, you also get Spice Girl.
Yeah, Spicy Lady, I think you.
Spicy Lady. So Spice Girl like has just one of my favorite bits in all of JoJo's because she has this like absolute separate sentience.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's completely different from Trish.
She insists that she's her power, but she names herself. She explains her own power to Trish. She talks, which is not something that a lot of stands do, and she does most of the work herself.
Yeah, Trish just like hides underneath tables most of the time.
Yes,
that's her one move.
She's only got one move. Well, except for the very end of the Notorious Big fight. That was all Trish.
Yeah, that was decent enough.
It was good. It was good use of her powers. That was very well done. A nice combo trick, if you will.
You also got to commemorate Mista for like taking no chances and just gatting Big's user.
Oh my god,
I think that's one of my favorite like scenes I think in an anime ever is just like the protagonists who are actively being hunted just see some random dude, and instead of just standing around like, oh, what's gonna happen, Mista just takes out his gun and goes bat bat. It like
he gives him one warning, one, and then he blows his brains out.
No hesitation, and like, unfortunately, that was the catalyst for activating his stand. Yeah. But like, they couldn't have known that.
No, I mean, obviously, they wouldn't have been able to know that. No other stand works like Notorious Big. That's the only one.
If it had been any other person, literally, they just would have gotten rid of the problem.
And they would have flown away scot-free. It's fantastic. It shows the characters acting intelligently. And I really like that. Because there's plenty of anime where that don't happen.
Yeah, they just wait until, like, the protagonists are proactive. Aren't proactive.
Yeah.
They just wait to be attacked.
It's just...
Also, since it's the dub, I got to see up to the saddest part here.
Yes.
Abakiyo.
Abakiyo's... Hold on, let's... Alright, we'll skip to Abakiyo's death, because, there's something else that happens that, like, is just magic. But Abakiyo's death...
Yo.
We live in interesting times right now. And Abakiyo's death still hurts me.
I
think everyone who's watching knows what I mean when I say that. I don't have to explain myself.
I gotta say, yeah, because Abakiyo, like, in the real world, you would have considered him the enemy. But in anime... I
would have weeped like I do over Abakiyo.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Abakiyo, though, he basically pulled a Kakyoin with his death, where, like, he gave everyone... Like, he gave everyone the catalyst for victory.
He gave him the boss's death mask.
Yeah. And,
spoiler alert, it doesn't help him that much.
Don't take away from his, like, final assistance before he's gone.
Like, so it's literally a roller coaster of emotions. It's first like, oh shit, he just got fucking donutted. And then you just watch him crumple over and die, and it's like, oh wow, he's dead. He's dead for real.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still that chance of like, oh, like, but Giorno's a healer. He healed Bruno. He could bring back Abakiyo. No. And then you see him at the cafe, and it's like, well, no, we're done here.
Yeah,
it's over. And then he meets his old partner, who he always blamed himself for getting his partner killed, and he's offered forgiveness, and it's just Oh, that's the tears. Oh, that's I can't stop now. Oh no.
I've been meaning to ask ever since I figured out that Abakio's A dies and B is like something you absolutely just weep over. I have to know which is worse, Abakio or Caesar.
I'm gonna give the edge to Abakio because I mean the whole bit with Caesar is it's just so tightly contained. Like it's just the rocks falling on him is just like, oh shit, oh he's dead. That's not the sad part. The sad part is watching Joseph and Lisa have a moment of just reality of sitting there watching their friend's blood just pour out under this rock, and there's nothing they can do or say to change that, and it's absolutely devastating. That's the part that hurts. From Abakio getting donutted to the end of the episode, which is a good, like, more than 10 minutes, I can't stop crying. And it goes from me crying because Abakio died to me crying because he was given forgiveness for the one sin he could never forgive himself for, to cutting back to the crew just devastated. Narancia can't hold it together in the slightest. Mista and Giorno, you can see them like barely holding it together.
It's got to be bad for Narancia because Sabaccio and Fugo were like his only like guiding, almost parentalish figures or like authority figures who he'd respect, and they're both gone. They're both gone now.
Like if you notice during the scene, Mista barely says a word. He can't even come up with a word to say, and he's
That's
like the most talkative out of the entire group.
That's out of character.
He can't. And it's Bruno who is the only one who can still speak to reason, even though he's crying himself because this is his friend and comrade who's just been brutally murdered. He's the only one who has the gall to say, we gotta get the fuck out of here. We're gonna die if we stay here. And he's right, and that's even more painful because they can't even bring him with them.
They have to leave him behind.
They have to leave his body behind. And it's just, oh my god.
What is it with JoJo and like tragic Italian deaths? Because like I'm thinking of this and I'm remembering back to like
Caesar Zapelli, fucking Abakio, Gyro, like, oh my god, stop
like,
killing Italians.
I'm thinking back literally to like just a few weeks ago with part 4 when I was watching it, and I'm like most of the cast in part 4 dies at some point or another, and it's like none of them are given the same amount of weight that Caesar or Abaccio get. Like they're kind of treated as like a threat that it might happen, but it's like just undone.
Yeah, well, I mean, except for Shigechi, obviously.
Well, don't remind me of Shigechi. You know Shigechi is my Caesar.
Yeah, it's true. No, I did cry when I the first time I watched Shigechi die. I really did. That was like, oh,
that was probably
that was the oh shit, this got real moment.
Yeah, that was a good like intro to just how intimidating Kira is.
Yes, I will be making a sort of parody video about it in a few weeks. I'm just warning you. Because there's one part about that scene that makes me laugh and question it. The fact that Josuke and Okuyasu don't hear Shigechi cry for help. How do they not hear him? It's not a thick door. That's the one flaw, I'm telling you.
Yes, but that's Josuke and Okuyasu's fault. That's not Shigechi's fault.
That's the people I'm going to be making fun of. Not Shigechi. Poor Shigechi, he didn't deserve that. Shigechi deserves a lot of things. That wasn't it, fam.
Shigechi deserved to get that. Shigechi deserved that fucking lottery ticket. And Okuyasu
did.
Fuck himself if he wanted to start the fight.
They wanted. I
don't care if Okuyasu was going to be responsible and Josuke for some reason was not going to be responsible with the winnings. That stuff belonged to Shigechi.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Anyways, what was the other fun part you wanted from part 5 before we got to the real shit?
Well, hold on. There is one other thing that I wanted to mention because since we're already talking about character deaths, Diavolo has a high protagonist body count.
Does he have the most Because
no, Pucci has the absolute most.
Okay.
because he kills fucking everyone. Even Jolene. He kills
Spoilers.
Jolene. Sorry.
Spoilers.
In case for any of you who haven't read part 6, which I know you haven't, but
I'm waiting for the anime to come out.
when? I think they're saying 2021 now. Just like, all right, whatever.
That's different.
Yeah, Poochie I think has the absolute highest protag body count because of just how many he kills. I mean, so Kira depends on how you look at Kira, because he does technically kill all the protagonists, but his own ability undoes it.
I'm not gonna give that one a count because it's his own ability, like resets it. I kind of feel like permadeaths should count if you're gonna like call the high protag count.
That's fair. In which case, I will say that Shigechi counts as a protag, and that's 1 for Kira.
Yeah, Shigechi. Yes, he definitely got Shigechi. Is that all he got?
That's the only one of the protagonists that he got permanently.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to count Reimei, who died before the series started.
Nah. We're not gonna. She's not really. She's a supporting character. She's
Exactly.
not.
Exactly. So that's which brings me back to Poochie. Technically, everyone comes back to life, but they're not the same person, and it's not the same timeline. So
I'm gonna give it to them. Like I'm gonna give it to Poochie then.
Yeah, Poochie. I want to say congratulations to Cars for killing the least amount of protagonists.
Oh yeah, he hasn't killed any of them.
He failed to kill all of them. He couldn't kill Lisa. He couldn't kill Joseph, and he couldn't kill Stroheim.
Yeah,
he couldn't kill anyone.
No, Wamu was the only one who got a protagonist.
Wamu killed Caesar.
And ironically, Wamu's my favorite antagonist of all time. Because AC/DC's a nothing douchebag.
Idiot.
Cars is like Dio, but worse. Like, not as entertaining. Wamu, though, had like a thing going that worked.
Oh, I agree. Dio, over the course of his 2 parts, got 2.
Yeah, he got
he killed Jonathan, and he killed Kakyoin.
Well, didn't he also get the cross split attack slow kick dude? What's his
that
face?
guy was the protagonist. He was introduced the episode before he died.
Okay, fair enough. But he got 2. Kira got like 1. Diavolo
gets. Ooh,
doesn't he get like 4?
This is gonna cause debate. He definitely kills Abakia. He definitely kills Narancia. Spoiler alert. It's very confusing, but he definitely does it. He does kill Bruno, but Bruno comes back to life in the same episode, and then Bruno kind of sort of kills himself.
How autonomous was his death? Like, was it a set timer where like he was gonna die anyways, and it was like, might as well go out on my terms?
It's not clear, but I think the implications of how Silver Chariot Requiem works, he kind of sort of destroyed his own soul. I don't know whether to give him Bruno or not, but he definitely got 2.
I'd give him Bruno if you would also claim that Whole Horse if you would claim Whole Horse and Jake Isle got Avdol, because like they technically killed him, but I
wouldn't. I give Avdol straight to Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice got 2.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
He
got 2 in like 1 episode.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
He was a mini boss, and he got 2.
God damn Vanilla Ice.
But yeah, so if that was the case, then yeah, I'd give Bruno's. I wouldn't give Bruno's to Diavolo.
Yeah, Bruno killed himself. That's how I interpreted this. It's room for interpretation, and we'll talk about it when we actually get to the finale.
Yeah, I'm excited though. I'm excited because I want to see Silver Chariot Requiem. I want to see Polnareff come back.
Oh, he's coming.
Yay!
Right around the corner.
Yay!
In his wheelchair.
Don't fucking remind me. It's all the more reason he should have gone with Joseph and JoJo in the end instead of being a fucking dumbass. And like,
you might cry. You might actually cry when you see what they did to him. It's messed up.
How could they massacre my boy? Look how they massacred my boy.
What? Ah, beautiful. And then as for Valentine, I 100% forget if he killed anyone of value. Did he?
You're asking the wrong person.
I'm talking to myself here. I'm gonna put up a graphic that says whether he did or not. I don't remember. And then obviously the main villain of Part 8 has killed fucking no one.
Wait, so there is a main villain finally?
Here's the thing. We think. We're pretty sure.
It's been like a decade, hasn't it?
It's been almost a full decade.
And you guys still aren't even sure who the main antag is yet?
Yeah, we're pretty sure it's Dr. Satoru. Wait, no, not Satoru. What's his name? And then this other guy who was just introduced in the last chapter, who I still haven't read the latest chapter, unfortunately, but I read an interesting theory that you know how Gappy is one body but two souls make up. People are thinking that Satoru and this new guy are two bodies with one soul.
I mean, that would give them like a mirror reflection for the antag and protag. This Discord I'm on for JoJo, someone claimed that like someone Higashikata fills in the main antag role for them good enough.
Well, Jobin, like I said literally a year ago, Jobin is an antagonistic character, but he's not evil. He's not the antagonist. Well, I mean, you could argue that Funny Valentine isn't evil, but he's the main antagonist. Like, he's the final boss. Like, you got it. Well, I mean, well, fuck. I just deleted my own thing because they have to fight Diego in the world right after that. But you know, Funny Valentine is the main antagonist of Part 7. Jobin, I don't know. I don't think so. He's an asshole for sure, and I'm pretty sure he's killed someone, but
just the fact that a Higashikata though
his mom definitely killed someone. That's for sure. His mom killed someone, and it was a big deal that she just got out of prison, and I don't think we've seen her since.
Well, all right then.
And she pulled a Funny Valentine with a phone and a deck of cards, so we have no idea what the fuck her powers are.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's go back to Part 5.
Anyway, Part 5. So right before Abakio dies, and I fall over crying. By the way, now the title of this video should make sense. I have a thing about the title of the episode where Abakio dies. And you'll see it tomorrow. Anyway, right before that happens, we get what a lot of people argue to be the best fight in the part. I'm hesitant to call it the best fight, but it's fucking up there, which is Doppio versus Risordo Nero.
And Metallica?
Yeah, Metallica.
Does Metallica have a localized name, or like
Metallic?
Metallic.
They shorten it to Metallic.
Yeah, no, I was confused for a second because I was watching late at night, so I had to like keep the volume down because I people in the house had work in the morning. So I thought they were saying Metallica, and I was like, wait, did that not get like localized or censored or?
No, it's just hard to pick it up because it's literally one letter difference because they turned it to Metallic.
Well, fair, but yeah, no, I liked it. I thought it was really. I think that they boosted how much iron is in the person's blood just a little bit with making like scissors and a bunch of razor blades come out of his.
I would love to talk to someone, an actual like doctor, and be like, so how much iron is in the blood? Could you make scissors out of your blood?
Yeah, that seems a
like,
bit.
No. But it is funny to imagine, and it is a gross fight. It is bloody.
Oh yeah, this is probably the goriest fight I think in all of JoJo, or at least in all of the parts I've seen. Can you think of a gorier like fight?
I don't know. Like
There was more blood than the Caesar death, where blood was literally
Yeah, right?
spitting out.
fucking Risotto Nero gets his foot shot off. Fucking like Doppio has fucking needles and scissors and razor blades coming out of him, and he's bleeding. His blood turns like fucking yellow and orange because he loses so much iron. It's just disgusting. He should be dead, is what I'm trying to say. He should have been dead, but he lived long enough to eat a frog.
Yeah, that was
Strategy.
why he's not French.
Hey kids, if you lose all the iron in your body, eat a frog. They have iron.
Anyways,
It's like one step up from him eating like a pickaxe or something just to like get the iron back.
yeah, I know that's not how iron in your blood works, and that's not how your body absorbs iron and minerals.
Also, definitely drank the blood of a little boy, for sure.
That's uncomfortable.
My question is, what did he? Oh, it was a shoelace, right? How the fuck did he make the holes to sew kids' mouth shut?
I don't know. I mean, if you like shove, or if you like since like aglets are made from plastic, if you sharpened it enough, maybe you could just like jam it in. Like plastic's pretty tough.
I don't think he had the time to do that.
You don't know.
Maybe. Bruno and Narancho were moving pretty fucking slow.
Yeah,
They were being a little overly cautious, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that.
I mean, what do I know? I can see more than them, so you know, fair play. Yeah, that fight is great. Shame that's the only time we get to see Risotto Nero do anything though. It's a little sad.
That's a thing I've noticed with a lot of that's like the downside of like stands that are really interesting is sometimes they'll only make like one single appearance and you're like, damn, I'd love to have seen that more of that.
Well, this is why I think that it's not a great idea to just straight up kill your antagonists. And I mean, I understand the circumstances in part 5 are very different than in previous parts, where it's like they feel the need that like they have to. Also, they're mobsters and they're more inclined to kill. But still, it just feels like just a waste of good fighting.
It does, yeah.
And it absolutely
at the same
limits.
time, though, you kind of have to because like you don't want to get into that stupid super like comic book hero trend of like, they never kill because they have a code. It's like you don't have to do that. Like,
I mean, but like in comic books, if you kill someone, they come back like a year later. So
yeah, so
it doesn't matter.
You gotta find a good like
Gotta find that healthy medium.
Yeah, that healthy medium where like some people do like just get offed because you need tension, you need like to know that the stakes are real, but also don't like just take these really cool concepts and just shove them out the door as quick as possible.
Which is what I think part 4 does the best, honestly, because you do get the return of a few minor antagonists. And they do other things. I mean, sometimes they usually don't bring out their stands, sadly,
which kind of sucks. But I mean,
but you do get Yukako just coming out and being part of storylines. You get Tamami coming in and being a little lie detector to help out Rohan. Like you get these things happening. You know, just people just come back because you don't fucking kill them, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. That's where we at in part 5. I think I missed an episode, so we should be on our way to the Colosseum.
Woo!
Which is the spot of the climax, the Roman Colosseum.
Wait, already?
Oh yeah, we're basically there.
Wow.
We got one really big fight to go, and then it's the climax, which is really bloody long.
This
because I include Silver Chariot Requiem as part of the climax.
Okay. I was gonna say because you told me that like we haven't even met Polnareff yet, and you told me that like we got to meet him first before Diavolo can get beat.
I consider Polnareff's entrance to be like the start of the climax, because technically we've hit our lowest point.
Mhm.
Abakio's death is the lowest point, so technically we've hit the third act.
I'm assuming once Polnareff shows up, we'll have our answer to how we're gonna beat Diavolo, and it's just a matter of like actually beating him, because like because technically you don't reach the climax until you have like the MacGuffin or like the smoking gun that will, well, like we know something's gonna happen, and it's just a matter of getting there.
Polnareff will introduce the MacGuffin that will.
Okay. Yeah. So then,
but we gotta get through Green Day and Oasis first.
Okay.
Which
either way, if Polnareff was the one who introduces the thing, then definition-wise, yeah, that's the climax.
Yep. I'm very excited to hear how Sekko sounds in English, because he is my absolute favorite minor antagonist from Part 5.
All right then.
I love him. Okay, so Chocolata's backstory is unbelievable. It's just like, holy shit, dude. Araki, what the fuck, guy? Stop. Which we'll get to in like a week or two, so I'm not going to spoil it right now.
Okay.
Because it's literally around the corner, but it's good. So we probably, I think we won't have to do another one of these until Part 5 wraps, or at least we'll be on the epilogue, if my math is correct. Assuming Adult Swim doesn't do one of those random like, we're not gonna play JoJo's this week, because they did that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was. I don't understand why they're like doing hiatuses, like mini hiatuses.
I don't know. It's random. Or it's either that or the dub isn't done and no one told us, which would be sad. Please tell us when these things happen. We understand, but just tell us. Don't keep it a secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's catching up. This is a good-sized episode. Good place to stop. Exit music.
I don't